Hey everybody, and happy holidays. My name is Scott Kelby, and joining me is Mr. Larry Becker.
Hi.
Wow, a man of few words, Mr. Larry Becker.
I'm actually really happy to be here. I've been watching you guys for the past few weeks, and I had like comments that I wanted to make for the past couple of weeks. The thing with Brandon about all the lighting gear. Of course, I'm a Westcott nut.
You are a Westcott nut.
Yeah, and also I was going to talk to you about the pool noodle thing.
Oh yeah, the pool noodle thing. I don't know what it is, but I've heard of it. No, I kid you not. I've heard of like Larry's pool noodle thing. Well, that sounds nasty,
I know,
but you know what I mean.
But that was on the grid a couple weeks ago.
It was. Anyway, we have a very special holiday gear guide episode. So every year we get together our favorite gear and we show you things that you can buy for the photographer on your list. Or if you are the photographer on your list, you can buy for yourself.
Yeah.
And Larry and I both have lists, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, we've got a couple of very, very cool giveaways from our sponsor.
Nice.
So we have a new sponsor starting today, and they've sponsored before, so not like we never heard of them before. But the very, very cool folks at Platypod, right, are giving away. We're giving away a Platypod Pro Max and a Platypod Pro, and you're like, what's a Platypod? Well, it's one of the things on my list, so I'll show you when we get there. But trust me, you're going to want one. 2 weeks ago, I went and used one at a Dolphins game. Well, you can use it for lots of things, but I think it's for like using a tripod where tripods aren't allowed.
Or they don't fit.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Or what I use it for is for mounting for remote cameras, to be able to put a remote camera. And so I'll show you some examples and different stuff. Yeah, there's one there. It's not the camera. It's the that thing on the ground, that flat thing right there.
I did the review for Photoshop User Magazine.
Yeah, there you go.
For the Max.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they are the best of this type I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Anyway, we want to welcome them as sponsors. They're very kind to give us 2 to give away later in the show today. But we've got so many good holiday gifts. I'm going to start off with one, may I?
Please. What you got? Because
I got this one.
I'm really interested.
This is kind of interesting. So this is a brand new book, and I just got this the other day. It is called Photo Adventures for Kids, and I have to look at the woman's name that wrote it. Her name is, I want to put this right in front of my face so you don't see me reading it, Larry Becker. So it's a really well done book. It's got illustrations and photos, and it basically is designed to get, when you have a kid and they're kind of interested in photography and you're like, you can see they got a little talent. This is one of those books that gives them projects and fun things to do to basically help them learn the craft of photography through projects. So it's very, very nicely done. It is approximately $19.95. Now that's the list price. So, of course, online you can get it for a whole lot cheaper. But this is, anyway, brand new. I don't know where to look. I'm going to look over there. Nope. And then turn towards Juan. Hi. This is it right here. Photos, Adventures for Kids. See, it's kind of got illustrations and pictures and little step-by-step stuff. And it talks about how to framing it and all kinds of... It's very cool. Anyway, that is my first one. It's relatively inexpensive. Online, if you go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, you can get a really good price on it. So that's it. Photos, Adventures from Kids from Larry Becker.
So,
don't know if I pronounced it right, but you saw the cover.
Yeah, you need to look it up by the name of the book if you don't speak French.
Yes, if you don't speak French, it's important. All right, Mr. Becker, what's the first one on your list?
I have a big, long list of lots of cool little things that I've accumulated over the years. So some of the stuff isn't brand new in the marketplace, but people see this stuff and they go, that is so cool. They'll see it on a photo walk or something and go, that is awesome. So one of the things, this is my go-to, is this spider holster. Now, this part actually goes onto your belt. And it is
just your regular old belt,
regular old belt, because they do make their own belt system.
Yeah, I've seen this belt system.
But I prefer this. So this actually goes onto your belt. Okay.
How does TSA feel about that when you're wearing one of those and you like going through the metal detector?
Well, it's generally something I would take off the belt, because I even take my belt off and partially undressed before going through TSA. Yeah. And then so this one a lot of people don't know about. This actually goes onto your camera. So let me grab my camera, because I have an Arca Swiss plate on it all the time.
All right. Can you hold it up a little higher so we can see there?
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah. So
it attaches to the bottom.
Yeah. Put that on my Arca Swiss plate. And then this is on my belt. And then this just hangs. So now I can walk around, and this is like, the I guess, old Wild West. Looks like
Yeah, like a
looks like a
holster thing?
sidearm. But yeah, it's great. And
It looks like a sidearm.
It is.
That's a benefit.
Yeah.
They love that when you go through TSA with a sidearm.
but it is such a cool product, and they've been around for several years. There are lighter weight versions of this. There's a lightweight version of it called the Black Widow. So if you don't have a full-size DSLR, you can get a lighter weight one. And the one that you see on screen right now at B&H has, it doesn't have the same connector that I have. It actually is this belt thing plus a plate that screws onto the bottom of your camera just into the 1/4-20 socket.
Oh, okay, the 1/4-20, of course.
Yeah, but that's the one that I use, the one for the Arca Swiss, because I always have those plates on my cameras.
So the idea is quick access to your camera and not having to carry a camera
Yeah,
bag.
you don't have
a shoulder strap.
the camera strap, and I never have a camera strap, and we're going to get to that later in my cool little list.
In Larry's cool little list. Oh yeah. All right, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, I think so.
You always have great stuff. You always are on top of whatever the new stuff is. You're kind of a gadget guy.
I am a bit of a gadget guy.
He's a bit of a gadget guy.
Yeah.
I remember when you used to use a Palm. Remember that?
Yeah.
I used to give
Palm Pilots.
I used to give Larry so much crap. I will say this: you were as good at Palm as anyone in the planet. Palm used to hire him to actually go, and I'm not kidding.
That's true.
Palm
I met
used to
Buzz
hire
Aldrin.
him.
I met Buzz Aldrin at the Comdex show because Palm
Man,
hired.
that's out of this world. I just Larry'd you.
That was very good. But Palm was like in their heyday. They were actually promoting their Palm Pilots. They had me doing presentations. They had Buzz Aldrin doing presentations, and he and I were hanging out backstage. It was like the coolest thing.
Did you go? You're Buzz Aldrin.
I know it was.
You're an astronaut.
He kind of knew.
Did he know? All right. I'm gonna tell you one. Now I'm gonna have to get you the exact name here. All right. So give me 1 second because the one that I use has been discontinued, of course. But I'm gonna turn you on to. Now I will tell you this. In my opinion, the best ball head ever made comes from a company called Really Right Stuff. All right. And the one I use is the BH40. Now that it's expensive. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, it's expensive. You're like, whoa, it's not cheap.
Okay,
it's like around $400.
I got to tell you, that is absolutely my favorite ball head in the world.
It's the best.
And I got mine as a gift from my friend Scott Kelby.
Well, there you go. I don't know what I was thinking.
awesome.
Okay, hang on. All right. So the one I want to tell you is, okay, this is the one. All right. So I want to introduce you to this bad boy. Don't look at my screen. Look at this. Okay, here it is. Oh, I guess you can look at the screen now. Here, give me 1 second here. Hold on. All right. So you can look at my screen here. There it is. It's the Oben BE117 ball head. This is $75. It's really for $75.
That's amazing.
It holds up to 17 pounds. And it's, if you can't afford a BH40, because I mean, honestly, straight up, that's a lot of money. It's $75. This is a really good, like for the money, how do you beat that?
No question.
Oben, right? Go to B&H and get it. That's where I got mine. But, so yeah, they don't really make this one. The new one's a little better. But $75.
I know. That's a great
Nothing
deal.
costs $75. You can't get Larry's belt holster for $75. This ball head. And if you use any kind of other thing, right, for your camera, if you use any other thing, like you're using a pistol grip, or you're using one of the ones with a quick release where you pop it in, this is it. It's so much better. A ball head is where it's at. If you have any other, like the stick.
Right.
I see a lot of photographers out there with a stick, and I'm like, that's for video.
Right.
That's a pan head, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, fluid head. I don't know why they would use that.
But I see it all the time. Like if I'm out like doing travel and stuff, I always see people using that. This is a really good one. The Oben BE117, highly recommended. Use it all the time. I use it expressly for remote photography, like remote camera stuff. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But that's it. The Oben BE117. You heard it here first.
Okay, so up next on my list is actually a hard drive. And you think, okay, well, who cares about hard drives?
I do.
Well, I do too. But this one is actually kind of very cool because it does so many different things. First of all, it has an SD card slot on it. It's wireless. It has a battery pack in it, and you can charge portable electronics like your iPhone from it.
From it?
Yeah. It's very, very cool.
You're killing my pick.
Yeah, and this is not only is it wireless, it's Wi-Fi wireless. It's not Bluetooth wireless. It's Wi-Fi wireless. It's got USB 3 capability. So you could download directly to it from your camera if you've got the USB connector with your camera. There are two versions of this. There's 2 terabytes and 3 terabytes, and there's only $30 difference, so go for the 3 terabyte model. Very cool. And lately, I've really kind of settled in on Western Digital as far as portable hard drives, because I've had other drives, and I'm not saying Western Digital is the best hard drive out there, but I've had other brands of drives, and every single brand I've owned besides Western Digital has broken, failed at some point. Now, I know now that I said that, when I get back to my home office, my Western Digital, I'm gonna have a broken one. But I'm doing backups all the time. My laptop hard drive, I back up all the time automatically. I'm trying to remember what software that I use all the time, but it's just every single day I'm backing up my full hard drive to a separate hard drive, and then I have an external that has lots of data on it, and I back that one up every single day. So I have these on Carbon Copy Cloner, I think, is my software that I use.
That's a good one, Carbon Copy.
Yeah, and so it's setting up, it does an automatic backup. So each of my 2 hard drives, my built-in one for my laptop and my external main hard drive, both of those back up to 2 other hard drives. And so I'm trying super safety. But I love that. Wireless hard drive.
Okay, so first, can I say, I was going to show you mine. I'm going to show you mine anyway, because it's how much is yours?
Well, it's 200 to 229, depending on you get 2 or 3
and that's
terabytes.
2 terabytes, right? For $199, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So can I tell you something? Number one, I did not know that there was even a hard drive out there with an SD card. It doesn't help me a whole lot because I don't shoot. I have my 5D Mark III does shoot to SD. I just don't use it as much as I should. But the fact that you can back up like to a hard drive without having a computer,
Yeah.
that's big that you can do that. And so how do you just go to your menus and go dump it?
Yeah, there's instructions you can.
Okay, instructions. Ooh, I love those. So mine is not as neat as Larry's, but it's very inexpensive. So it's as complete. I use the WDs too, and you know what? Mine have been incredibly stable. So this is the one that I would like carry with me, right? So it's very, very thin. It's the WD 1 terabyte. My passport, USB 3. Portable hard drive. They make one for Mac, one for Windows. $69. It's an entire terabyte. It's USB 3, so it's very, very fast. And I
actually have that one.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know, I just throw it in my bag. I don't put it in a case. I don't do anything fancy. This thing is honestly, it's awesome, and it is actually very thin and very, very lightweight. You can see look how thin it is. It's like that thin.
Yeah. So that's the one that I use to do the automatic backup of my internal SSD.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that's pretty good for a 1 terabyte. And then the 2 terabyte is, that's 4 terabyte. So the 2 terabyte is $99. It's still a good price at $99 for 2 terabytes. And it's still very small and very, very lightweight. And of course, lots of people like it. It's got great reviews. They make a 3 terabyte for what, $149? Because it seems like, no, that's actually a better deal.
Yeah, $119
because it was basically $50 more for 2 terabytes, right. But then the 3rd terabyte's only $20.
Well, and also one of the things you want to watch on this is they have a brand new series of models that have come out of this, and the ones that you can still get that are the older model have a 3-year manufacturer warranty, and the new ones have a 2-year manufacturer warranty. So just watch that.
You want the
slightly older one is
3 years.
Yeah, is a better price. It's 3-year warranty.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Can I tell you something? I've never turned in a hard drive for warranty in my life. I would like, here, this is broken. You know what I do? When they're this cheap, you're just like, oh crap, it died.
Disposable.
All right. So anyway, there's my other one. I like those WDs too. I don't even know how I wound up with them, but it's just, you know.
Well, they're everywhere.
They're great.
I mean, they're on the shelf in Target.
You can get them at 7-Eleven. You can get them at Shell Station. Come on, Juan. That was kind of funny.
That was very good.
It's hard to make Juan laugh.
He laughs a lot on the inside.
He does. You can tell.
So.
You can tell inside. He's just cracking up. All right, what do you got?
Next up is actually, you guys talked about this last week when you had Brandon on.
Yep.
It is a really cool, very affordable constant light from Westcott. Now, this is actually a kit. I picked the kit, And for $400, you get 2 complete light kits.
Yeah, this is a good
with
deal.
the bulbs, with the stands, with the soft boxes, and this is the D5. So it's like an entry-level version of the Spider Light, but light is light. And so these are daylight balanced. It's a great, great product. And you can do a lot with constant lights. And I'm doing a bit more in-office video and things like that all the time. And when you're doing video, it helps. Obviously, you have to have constant light. I love that everything that I have is daylight adjusted. And it's a very affordable entry-level product, and it comes with everything that you need. It's got the little case for travel, and there's a version that's only $40 more, $50 more, that has a backdrop to it. So great product with constant light and a reasonably decent-sized softbox. And again, it comes with the bulbs, and I'm not going to tell you this out loud, but you can actually, if the bulbs burn out, you can replace them with 100-watt daylight-adjusted bulbs that you can find at Home Depot. And you get something very similar.
Don't say
but,
that.
Yeah, but the product itself, the light itself, is great and very manageable because you can turn on and off individual ones of the light socket. So if the overall light that has 5 bulbs in it is too bright for you, you don't have to scrim it down or anything. You can just flip the lights switches down and have 3 instead of 5 bulbs in an individual fixture. And also you can take off the front scrim and have a little bit more bright light, a little bit more brightness to it, but because they're the curly fluorescents, you still have a soft light experience. So,
Very good.
Good stuff.
I got to tell you, for the money, it's staggeringly good.
It is.
It really is. Brandon, when he was here last week, was mentioning that the difference between those and the spider lights, which are quite a bit more, are that spider lights offer you the option to switch to hot lights, to tungsten hot lights, and these don't. But I think that most people that especially are brand new to lighting are getting into these because they want cool lights. They're going to be shooting people, and they want it to be cool, and that's just the deal.
It's a great starter for a constant light.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got one. So it's this book right here. So let me go over to the one camera. There we go. All right. So it's called Africa Together, and this is a book that you would give as a gift. It is a beautiful, beautiful hardcover book with a wrap. And I met the photographer that took this, and his story is absolutely unbelievable. But he and his wife, they put this. It's the life work of nature photographer Audrey Duvisser, and I've seen a lot of books on wildlife photography. I've seen a lot of books on Africa. For African wildlife, this is the best book I've ever seen. It is absolutely some of the most stunning. Occasionally, it's kind of brutal, right? Because it's real. It's there, though. You see some pictures in there, you're like, whoa. But I'm telling you what, if you really want to touch somebody with a book that is just just beauty and realism and the story behind it is, and you'll read. I won't spoil it for you. Go to africatogether.nl is the website. And really, it's just, I was stunned when I saw the book. And you guys know I'm not a big wildlife guy. I'm not always talking about wildlife and stuff like that. And you don't see really any wildlife pictures from me.
Your wildlife is partying, right?
Yeah, it's partying mostly. But the reason you don't see is I'm not really that drawn to wildlife. But when you see a book like this, you're like,
I want to do that.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Anyway, I think it's a really good, if you want to, because, gear is great. Don't get me wrong. I love gear. You love gear.
Oh, yeah.
We're gear heads, Larry, perhaps a bit more than me.
Yeah, I'm under treatment.
Well, you're very, very techie, I'm kind of like, I'm doing it the old way. No, but anyway, Larry's very, very techie. But I think that for photographers, inspiration is a very important thing. To get a gift that inspires you and takes you away and just, I think it's an underlooked part of photography. And it is great to be able to have the access to a million images on the web. But there is something about holding a photo book. Especially, it's an oversized book, too. It's very, very large. It's just the images are incredible, and the book is wonderful. I would give that one a definite shot on your list.
Well, the thing that's interesting to me about a book like that is when it moves a photographer and you see everything.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you got classes and all kinds of people that want to be trainers for Kelby, and photos are in front of you all the time. And when you stop and say, this is a reference book,
Oh, yeah.
that's incredible. I'd end up having to buy a new coffee table if I ever got that book.
Yeah, you would, because it raises the value of whatever you have. You're like, I've got to buy a nicer coffee table.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got there, Larry?
Okay, so on my next thing on the list is actually kind of a little bit off from photography, but it has to do with something that I do on a regular basis, and that is I teach classes based on things that are on the computer. And so I use a screen capture program. I use ScreenFlow all the time. But my heads up now is because once a year, and I'm not sure if they're going to do this again, but once a year, ScreenFlow goes on sale, typically on Black Friday or right around then, for half price. So this application is phenomenal for video editing. You can do all kinds of different things with it. And one of the things that I've started doing lately is when I'm getting ready to buy something online, I will actually record my buying process online to make sure that, you know, everything that I bought, everything that I did online was appropriate. It's really cool because it's a program that's built into the, or it's there in my computer anytime I need it, and I can just record my whole screen. And I do classes where, you know, you sit in front of your computer and you show people what's going on. You obviously do that all the time.
Yeah.
ScreenFlow is a great application, but one of the reasons that I really like it is because I also do these stand-up videos, and you can actually do full-blown editing with live action and green screen and pretty much anything else you want to
Hey,
do.
can we stop and do a plug for Larry here? Do you mind?
No.
So where can people go to learn about all the stuff you're doing?
Well, where I am right now is at larrybecker.tv. Thank you.
LarryBecker.tv.
Yeah, I'm actually in the process of building a class for photographers who want to do, have never done any video, and they're just starting to learn the video. Because I have photographers that I had a conversation this week with a photographer that said, you know, I'm doing portraits all the time, and now I'm going in to do headshots and portraits, and my clients are saying, and can you do video? And he's like, oh, no. And he's potentially losing jobs. And so I'm trying to help people with that. Oh,
There you go,
Very
LarryBecker.tv.
nice. Yeah. So that'll be coming out in the next, actually this month. So during November, I will be producing that class. But thank you very much. I did not come here to plug that. I want to talk about gear.
But we're doing it anyway. Let's take a
appreciate that.
short break. When we come back, Larry is here. We got lots more stuff. What else? We've got some giveaways today.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I will mention something cool that we have planned for Cyber Monday. So I'll just kind of tease that when we come back. We got something cool for you. And let's see what else. I think we should go to a jib shot at this point. What do you think? Let's go back to a jib. Ooh, there it is. Ooh, we'll be right back. Hi folks, Scott Kelby here, and you gotta watch my brand new class on Kelby One. It's called How to Remove Distracting Stuff in Photoshop. You know, all that stuff that kills your shots. Bright spots in the background, stuff creeping in from the side, power lines, telephone poles, all this terrible stuff that ruins everything from florals to portraits to landscapes to travel shots, all the stuff that's working against you and taking the focus off what you want your image to be. I cover it all. I got a ton of it, but it's not just a course. It's also, I put together all of these projects. So after you've watched the course, you can go back and go right to the project you want, learn exactly how to fix the distracting thing. Boom, you're done like that. Plus you get all the practice files so you can follow right along, and you're gonna have some really challenging, really fun stuff, but there's nothing in this class you can't do. You're gonna be able to rock it. Go watch my brand new class, How to Remove Distracting Stuff, right here exclusively at Kelby One.
In a world where the next hot shot is out of reach, one brand stands alone to let you take it. Meet Max at platypodpro.com. Yeah.
When we say all we have is a voice, that's everything. Finding your voice in anything you do, whether it's photography, art, ceramics, your life, it takes a lifetime. The thing about bringing your artistic voice or who you are to your work is you have to feel it. So understanding how to connect this incredible, unique, once-in-a-lifetime only you to what it is you're doing, i.e. photography, that's a trick. One of the things that people ask me so much is, how do I get my work out there? How do I get people to notice it?
Join me as I show you 7 simple steps for helping you find your artistic voice in your photography. I'm Karen Hutton. Come check out my class, Finding Your Artistic Voice, on kelby1.com.
Hey, we're back. Scott Kelby here with Larry Becker. And I mentioned before we took a break there that we were going to tease something that we're doing for Cyber Monday. So first off, next Wednesday on the grid, we're not going to do the grid because it's the day before Thanksgiving. We always close early. I don't want to make people stay for the grid, you know. So there'll be no grid. We will probably play a best of grid, or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just put a static
You should watch
screen
this
up.
one again.
Yeah, just watch this one again. It's evergreen. Anyway, so that's next Wednesday. But then the following Monday, of course, will be Cyber Monday, the day after the Thanksgiving Day weekend. It is the biggest online shopping day. So the biggest retail shopping day is Friday, but the biggest online shopping day is what they call Cyber Monday. So here's what we're going to do. At the top of every hour, we're going to do a thing called 10-minute deals. So we found a bunch of companies that every hour would give us a just screaming blowout deal, but only for 10 minutes.
This
right?
is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So, and by the way, some of the people are giving us stuff that they charge for just for free. We're making it free for 10 minutes, like the first 100 people or the first 200 people. Yeah, it's really going to be cool. So we're going to be doing that every hour on the hour, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So New York time zone. We're going to be doing it on Cyber Monday, starting at 10 every hour on the hour.
Web? Where on the web?
Where on the web? Oh, crud. I don't know. Somewhere on the internet.
Okay, where can we find out about it on your...
Do you know where it would be? Oh, okay. Maybe a lower third will show up.
Magically.
I'm just guessing. Either a lower third or a screen will appear that will tell you where it's at.
And also, you're going to have stuff on your blog, too.
Oh, yeah, I'll have stuff, you know. And I do a version of our holiday gear guide in Photoshop User Magazine, and then I do it on my blog, too. And now we're doing it live. The same thing we do every year. But the cyber thing is new. Just 10 minutes. We're on a little countdown clock, you know,
yeah.
10 minutes. You got 8 minutes left to go get this deal. So I'm excited about that. It's something new. All right, can we move on to our thing? I got one.
Ready.
All right, so the folks at Tether Tools. Now, Tether Tools is a great place to buy for photographers and anywhere. Tethering is the act of going directly from your camera into your computer or whatever, but they created this thing called the Case Air wireless tethering system. What this allows you to do is shoot directly from your DSLR straight to your phone or your iPad, but the thing is you can trigger it from there, right? So you can actually, it's got advanced settings, you can, do all kinds of cool stuff and trigger it directly from there. So the little piece of hardware just sits right there on top of your hot shoe flash, as you see. In fact, I have one here, right here. It's like this. Well, it's just a box, but.
That is so nice.
I know, right? So it's it's anyway, it's affordable and it's a nice thing if you know someone that wants to tether and being able to control their camera directly from their smartphone.
I can't get
or
over
their
the
tablet.
price because that kind of thing.
Very expensive normally.
Yeah.
Hey, they only have 15 in stock, so yeah,
so that kind of thing is normally I would think more expensive. And
it's about $10,000. Normally, it'd be about 10 grand, 10K.
But Tether Tools is a very, very worthwhile company.
Yeah,
That's
they're out of Phoenix, Arizona. And it was weird? I found them by accident. I was doing a shoot. There is this really great photography studio in the same little strip industrial center. And there's only 3 or 4 offices, and they're 3 down. And the owner of Tether Tools comes down to my shoot.
That's cool.
And he's like, and I knew of them. And he's like, yeah, we're right next door. I'm like, what? And he's like,
yeah, you've been using them forever.
What? I know they're the greatest. Great people, really, really. That's why I'm always like, hey, they're the greatest because they're great people. But their stuff is absolute top quality. Anyway, that's my pick. I got more picks, but that's a good one. That's
okay. Well, I know we're running short on. We're only partway through the show, but
we got a few minutes.
I have just tons of stuff.
All right.
So I'm gonna do
I'm gonna let you do 2 or 3.
I'm gonna do a rapid fire. First one is I love this thing because it's just inexpensive and super easy to use, and it is from the people at Joby who make Gorilla Pods. I love
Joby.
Wait. I got a Joby Gorilla Pod.
What is this? A wrist strap?
I love Mike Joby. Yeah, it's just it's a hand strap. So check this out. You put it on. Okay, I'm gonna wait till the camera. Okay, you put it on like this. So it's just it attaches to one side.
Yeah.
I do not wear a neck strap on my camera.
Yeah, I don't blame
so
you.
It goes like this.
With a
and
neck
then
like
once
yours, it won't support a camera.
Once you tug it tight, then it's just like that. And it's so convenient and comfortable, and I'm not worried about that.
Can I ask you a question? You drop your camera a lot? Like, is that a thing you do?
Not
It's
anymore.
like, well, not anymore because I bought a camera strap.
But it's not like on, because I've had some of the straps that are
Oh, yeah,
on
they
the
don't make the
camera,
big ones,
and you've
yeah.
got to put your hand through
Yeah.
it. And this one is just, it's so much more convenient, and it's $15, and it's just, you just put it on your hand like that. It's very secure, and it's very comfortable. It doesn't get in my way at all, and it's not anything that I even have to worry about.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that little strap that Atra gave Mikazuki in Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, that's kind of a vague reference
Yeah, I'd
there.
say.
Vague. Somebody out there just went, oh my gosh, he watches Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Okay, so now my next thing, I'm trying to do these really quick. My next thing actually was going to be this keyboard, but they don't make it anymore. But they make one like
You sound
it.
like me.
So I want to tell you what it is. This is a Logitech K811, but they don't make it anymore. But the reason that I like this, the new version of it is the K380. It's $27, and it works with every device out there. It works with Macs, it works with PCs, it works with iPhones, iPads.
Let me see how heavy it is.
And well, that
this is very light.
That one's lighter weight. The new
Than
one
this?
is lighter weight. Yeah.
Lighter weight than this?
Yes, but the new one, this one has backlight, and the new one doesn't have backlight. But what's so sweet about it is those first three buttons, and you could see on the screen the first three buttons are yellow. That is what your device is. So you go, okay, well, I want to talk to my iPad. And then you just start typing. You touch that one key and you start typing on your iPad. Touch the next key and now you're typing on your Mac. Touch the next key and now you're typing on your iPhone. And so I've got those three devices on my desk, and I can type on any one of them that I want to.
Can I ask a question, Larry?
Ask me a question.
Why would you click a button to type on your Mac when your Mac has a keyboard?
Because I actually have my Mac laptop closed and set off to the side. I use a large monitor, and this is my keyboard. It's a wireless keyboard, right? So this is my wireless Mac keyboard. Stop it.
Sorry.
You're supposed to be nice to your
I'm
guests.
sorry. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Really? That's fascinating.
It's awesome. I was going to get you one for Christmas, but not anymore.
There.
That's it.
I blew it.
Okay, what do you have next that I can?
I got a really this is really good. So I'm going big on the inspiration. So this book right here is from French photographer Serge Ramelli.
Oh, now I am a huge fan.
Yeah, Serge is awesome. Can I tell you something though? We talked about Serge a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
I saw that when you
Did
guys
you see
were doing
that? So if you ever
Yes.
watch Serge, okay, so I've known Serge and he's a buddy. I would only say this because he's a buddy. If you ever get to watch Serge, like when he does a tutorial on YouTube,
Right.
he sounds like the most French guy in the world.
Very.
At the introduction. And then about 5 minutes later, he sounds like, all right, then we're going to take the camera out of the bag. But at first he's like, Madame and Monsieur, it is me, Serge Ramelli. I'm a photographer here in France. You know, and then he's like, okay, so then you take this thing out of the bag. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
dude, what happened to your French accent? He de-Frenches as he goes. He's still there. He's still, you know, I mean, he lives in Paris. He's like French. He's very French.
Very French.
But he gets de-Frenchified as it goes. Anyway, but this is his book. So he is the man in Paris. I mean, he is a very, very well-known photographer. Now, it's going to sound like this is going to sound bad when I say it, but it's actually very good. So his work is in galleries. But if you go to a gift store, like a gift shop, he doesn't have little postcards. He's got big prints in the gift shop, like
Okay.
all over France, and because he has such beautiful pictures. So he went and did a whole black and white book. It's just called Paris by Serge Ramelli. And you can find these, of course, online. If you search for Paris by Serge Ramelli, you will find his book. And it's called, it is actually from Yellow Corner Editions, and very, very beautifully printed, beautifully done book from
Is Serge going to be
Mr.
at
Serge.
Photoshop World this time?
Serge will be at Photoshop World. Oh yes, and he's starting a new column in Lightroom magazine.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, but we split Lightroom magazine off from Photoshop User
Right.
magazine. It's its own thing now, and it comes out like 2 weeks after. So about every few weeks you get a magazine from us at Kelby One, and it's just for Kelby One members. But now we have a new one that's just in Lightroom, and Serge is going to be doing a column in there.
First time I ever saw him teach was, I think, at Photo Plus a couple years back, at the Kelby booth.
Yeah.
And what was so cool was their staff at the Kelby booth, and they've seen everybody in the world train. They've seen Scott and Joe McNally and all these people train. And Serge came on, and all the staff that was working the show was just like, they just stopped because he was
Because
new.
he's French.
He's French. And,
He's French, for God's sake. The guy's French.
But quite a good instructor.
Yes, quite
good. Okay.
What do you got?
Next up, I actually have something that is available on Amazon, and I am absolutely out there for cheap gear sometimes. I needed to do product shots in my home studio. And if you guys know what a cocoon is, this is a 3 foot by 3 foot cube cocoon, and the whole thing is $40. And it's got multiple color backdrops in it.
Now, is this for shooting products?
Yeah, product shots. So you put anything in there up to 3 feet wide because it's 3 feet.
It's that big?
It's 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet, and it's collapsible. And it comes with those 4 colored backdrops, so you can put in. Yeah, and so
There's a better picture. Yeah.
And so you
okay.
light it from the side. Yeah, there you go. And so this whole thing, $40.
Not that whole thing. Not 3 soft boxes, 3
No,
stands,
no,
a
no,
camera.
no.
But the actually easy to disassemble.
Yeah, and it really does.
$40.
Yeah, it's really. Now, is it the best quality? Is it on par with something that you'd get from Westcott? No. But I'm not doing a ton of product shot work, and I'm not collapsing it.
Yeah, you want to sell something on Amazon or something,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty cool for that. And if you occasionally need to do some product shot stuff, that's the way to go.
Price is right.
Yeah,
Can I show something?
please.
All right, so we're doing a giveaway. We're doing 2 giveaways. I mentioned it at the top of the show here that we have a new sponsor, and they sponsored before. I mean, they're like, they're great supporters of the grid. The folks at Platypod. So I use Platypods myself. All right, and I will show you. Do I have one here?
There's that.
Oh, yeah. This
That's
isn't.
system, yeah.
This is all put together.
Oh, there's the Max.
Ooh. Oh, here we go. So the Platypod. I'm going to pop one open. Well, is it sealed? Because I don't want to bust up somebody's. Oh, yeah. It's sealed. So I really can't show you it. I can show you a picture of it. Let's go to my blog. So my blog, I shot the Dolphins game on, what day was it? Sunday. Sunday's a good day for a football game. A week ago Sunday. So I shot the Dolphins versus Jets down in Miami. And since I was shooting with the Dolphins team, I said, hey, can I put up a remote camera? Because people are sticky about putting up remotes, especially since fire and smoke is there, and they get really tense about you laying there and catching on fire. So I did a thing. So there's one of the shots that I took. So that's the Dolphins actually put that graphic together. But anyway, so here it is. So in the middle there, you can see is a Platypod. So the Platypod Pro Max is like, it is made of aircraft, like commercial aircraft metal. And it's very, very flat, but it's very lightweight and sturdy. It's like amazingly good. And you screw a ball head into it. You know what ball head works perfectly on it? Can I tell you? May I mention this? It would be the something's going on here. It would be the open, that little open I used. So that's what I'm using there. So I'm using a Platypod as the base. Then I'm using the open ball head I mentioned earlier. Then you just need a connector cable and a Pocket Wizard Plus 3. Now, you don't have to have a Pocket Wizard Plus 3 if you're going to be the only person shooting. Like if you're putting this behind the bride or something. See where I was putting it? Like right there in the danger zone. That's where fire and stuff, horrible stuff shoots up. So there's a little close up.
Maybe
Now,
you could use the wireless.
now see
case
that?
Air.
That's what it looks like when you're shooting straight on. It's not very exciting, is it?
Right.
Right? That's kind of better. Look how wide.
That's
down
nice.
low with the Platypod. You can see the fire and everything shooting out. And so that's the 14 millimeter. And then while I had a 14 millimeter on the camera, I also, before the stadium opened, I shot some empty stadium shots as I'm wont to do. And there's 50-yard line and from the corner and different stuff. Anyway, but so we're giving away a Platypod Pro and a Platypod Pro Max, which is their top of the line. We're giving one of each away today to some lucky viewer, but Anyway, what you do is you take a Platypod, and I'll show you in just a minute, and you screw this bad boy onto it. And like what Larry was mentioning earlier, the thing about the Platypod that makes it so awesome is the tripod police are very real.
Yeah.
They are everywhere trying to get you not to set up your tripod. But I've never heard anyone say, oh, you can't use a Platypod. If it doesn't have 3 legs, the security people don't know what to do. They're just like, oh, okay, whatever. So that's the thing about it. It lets you get in tight places. Like they have a promo that they do. I don't know if they're going to show it on the show today, but the little promo where they actually put it inside an oven. Now, don't turn the oven on. It doesn't work very well. But they put it inside an oven. You can see the oven door open. They reach inside and take out a pie and all. Well, I mean, normally, like for commercial shoots like that, they would have to actually build this whole set and pull the back off the oven.
Yeah.
This thing will fit in anywhere. So it's really nice for tight, hard to get to places, like behind the bride and groom at a wedding.
Sure.
Like put it back there, set your camera to silent shutter mode, or maybe use a mirrorless camera. But they hold a lot of weight. I swear I thought I brought one here.
The cool thing is they've got little spiked feet, and so
they're on.
So it's really trustworthy if you use the spiked feet.
Well, we're giving away the deluxe kit too. So this kit actually comes. It all fits in there. Like it's all inside that. It's a small, really small one. It is the world's most compact base for a professional tripod head. That's what it is. I know you got one floating around here. I'll find it in a minute.
And now the Pro Max actually also has strap slots.
Oh, can I tell you about that?
Yeah.
So I haven't tried this yet. I haven't tried it. No, but I think this is going to work. Strapping it to a goalpost.
Oh, exactly.
Because so it just has 2 slots right in the middle. Hey, let me just say, hey Juan, if you see my camera bag there to the left, if you open the what you call it, if you lift it open the top in a zipper, you'll see a Platypod. So it has 2 little slots. You could put a strap around it and tighten it. You'd have to get a thing that locks it down because you do not want it to fall off. But you could, there it is. Watch, a hand will reach. I'm going to just reach my hand out and watch a Platypod appear. Thank you, Juan.
I'm going to try it. No, it's not. Oh, there. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. So this is what it looks like. It's like aircraft grade aluminum. So it's very, very light, but this sucker doesn't tip over.
No.
Now, here's how it works. You take a Platypod, you screw a ball head onto it. It already has the screw, and it's there all
permanently,
the time. Right, yeah. Now you can switch to another screw. They have a smaller one, right? All right. So that's basically it. Now you put your camera right in there. And that's it.
Yeah, and the little feet there?
The feet are optional. So if you want to put this on rocks, in the dirt, whatever, right?
Right. But
so anyway,
it comes with them, but they're optional to use.
Yeah, they're optional to use. It comes with them. You don't have to use them. But anyway, if you want details, go to Platypod, PLATYPOD.com. We're going to give away 2 of these, a Platypod Pro Max, which is their new one. This was actually created through a Kickstarter program. The new one?
Yeah.
They raised like $137,000. People want these really badly. They raised like $137,000.
When I got one of 3 that had ever been made before the Kickstarter was done. I got it to review, and so when I finished with the review, and it got a great review, you can read about that in Photoshop User Magazine. But anyway, when I did that, I returned it, and he said, I can't believe you returned it. I said, well, I just felt so obligated. I'm going to buy one, but I had to return the prototype. But
I'm going to open up the shot.
Such a great product.
All right, let me open it up full screen here. Hold on. So I'll show you the shot that the Dolphins used for that one particular thing. They used a bunch of shots, but here's one. So take a look. That low angle is just so impressive.
It is.
Now they put a treatment on their photos for social media, so this is used on their social. They wouldn't send this out for like game day coverage, right? So, but this is for social and stuff. So they put a very cool treatment on it in Lightroom and stuff. But look how low it is. And you saw the other shot of the guy just coming at you. You're kind of like,
yeah.
But this is it makes everything look epic when you shoot that low. So anyway, giving away 2 of those today, and highly recommended on my list. I believe the
Platypod.
Thank you.
Well, you say it 12 times, and then all of a sudden it's harder to say.
I believe the Platypod Pro Max, I'll have to check, is $99. I'll go check. But I believe that it is $99. We're going to go to platypodpro.com. It's loading slowly. because we don't pay for expensive internet. It's dial-up. We use dial-up. Man, it is going slow. It's this part of the building. Man, this is brutal. All right. Oh, she's on the site here, but you know what? The one I want to show you is products, and it's not the deluxe. Well, that's the Platypod Pro. Where's the Pro Max? Well, there's the screws for the Pro Max, but that's for the replacement kit. This is it. Well, that's the compact travel one.
I don't see the. Oh, there's Max. There's Max.
There's Max right there. Learn more. Great video if you got like nothing to do. $99. It is. I'm correct. $99. All right, so that's it.
Oh, and there's a good shot of what it looks
Oh
like.
yeah, there's a good shot of what it looks like in you know. But no tools, no nothing. Sets up fast. All right, Larry, what you got?
Next up, one of my favorite things on the planet for constant light. Since the day it came out, the Westcott Flex Light.
I know, this is good, right?
Unbelievably reliable. You can put this thing anywhere. 5 or 6 ounces is all that it weighs. It's a foot by a foot. It is super, super bright. You look at the price and you go, well, $649, that seems a little pricey. No, not for what you get. The CRI is 95, so, but which is the color rendering index. It's dimmable. The thing can be bent and put all kinds of places. You can tape it. You can duct tape it to a wall.
Yeah. Now, do you use this for video or for?
I use it for video and some of the product photography that I was doing. And it's so nice because it's so small. It's so travel ready. I had some video clients that I was working with in Tampa, so I had to throw a bunch of stuff into a bag, and it makes for travel and setup for video so fast, and those things are incredibly bright. There's a kit available with the scrim and a little clamp, a little X-mount clamp. So I can't recommend those more highly. If you're doing any video or anything where you need constant light, they're incredible. Now,
and I've seen them. When they first came out, you must have been like the first person in America to have one of those.
Yeah.
Larry, I met you in the parking lot. You're like, look at this. It's a light. It folds up. It rolls up.
I heard about it. I actually got to see it before they were allowed to talk about it. So I saw it behind the scenes. I couldn't wait for it to. Yeah, I couldn't wait for it to come out. And then the day it came out, I mean, I did like reviews. I did a B&H review for the thing. An incredible product. And now you can actually buy, and it's a little pricey, but you can buy a battery for it. So now it's mobile. So the one that you saw on screen is plugs into AC power, and it's dimmable. But here's my only thing. I don't do enough in video lighting that I do anything other than daylight adjusted lights. So like the one that I discussed earlier, the whole kit for $400 with 2 lights and soft boxes and everything, daylight adjusted curly compact fluorescents. This thing is daylight adjusted. You can get them though that are tungsten, and you can get them bicolor. And the bicolor ones are very expensive. For me, I never do it. I will tell you the best thing in the world for that is if I ever do need just that hint of tungsten or a little bit, just a CTO gel. So $6 or $7 worth of
gel. $6.99 from
then all of a
B&H.
sudden my $6.49 light becomes a different light. And granted, you can dial in the exact precise color. So if you're working on a movie set or a TV set or something like that.
I'm always working on a movie set.
Of course. But if you are, you need something extra like that. But it's so nice because it's incredibly dimmable and it is phenomenally bright. I cannot explain how bright it is. So great stuff.
And you know what, Larry? That's the price of a flash. It's not expensive when you think a Nikon flash, Canon flash. They're $600.
Right.
So this thing is right in that range where especially for video.
Yeah.
Like for video, it's great.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not going to recommend that as your constant light if all you're doing is still photography.
Right.
And it isn't bright enough to freeze action and replace a strobe.
Right.
So if you're really trying to freeze action, if you shoot kids, I shouldn't say that. If you take photographs of children,
that's better.
You probably want to use strobes because they're wiggle worms.
Strobes. All right, what else you got?
Also,
you got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to skip past that one. So I was talking about video. I have a favorite microphone.
I have this microphone. It is
video.
incredible.
It is a lavalier microphone.
Yep.
It is from the people at Rode. It's
This
called
is the
the Smart
best-
Lav Plus.
I have it right in my lap. I keep it in my laptop bag.
Yeah.
It's the best.
And so it is, when you buy it, it actually is a TRRS. In other words, it's made to plug into your smartphone. But they also have a $15 adapter, and you can plug it into like a DSLR, because the DSLR has TRS connectors instead of TRRS. But $15 for
so technical.
Yeah, $15 for an adapter. But that mic sounds as good as just about anything on the planet for a lapel or a lavalier mic.
It's staggeringly better than the mic in your camera, on your camera, or in your
No
smartphone
question.
or your tablet. It's night and day.
Yeah.
Can I add something to that? Do you
Please,
mind?
please.
I would recommend that if you get that lavalier mic, spend the extra, I don't know what the exact amount is, but there's a 20-foot extension you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing, don't go cheap. Get the one from Rode. So Rode makes their own, and I've been warned by people who bought, you can go to Amazon and buy the cheaper one, and they make noise, and they're noisy, and they're staticky and stuff.
The ones from the other companies are also really thick cable. And the interesting thing is the Rode cables, the wires, feel really lightweight, but they're like made out of Kevlar.
Yeah.
So they're really durable.
Rode has really become the name in microphones for audio.
But I agree with you. That 20-foot
Get
cable,
the 20-foot extension. I keep them both in that same little packet.
incredible
Those
stuff.
are wonderful. Can I do one?
Yeah, do one.
All right, so I'm going with Inspiration again. It is a $60 retail, so you can get it at probably 35 or 40% off. This is the best book. This is from David Bergman, who is a wonderful photographer. And now I'm a Bon Jovi fan. So he was Bon Jovi's tour photographer. So he was on the road with Bon Jovi for many years. And David is a wonderful guy. I actually saw a promo for David and how great a photographer he is, done by John Bon Jovi.
Oh, that's cool.
Telling why David is the best concert photographer for anyone. This book is, if you're a Bon Jovi fan, it's stunning. If you're a concert photography fan, it's stunning. If you just love photography, it is stunning. So if you can find someone who likes Bon Jovi, which, by the way, is everybody,
yeah.
every single person alive, the book is absolutely astounding. And again, it retails for $60. You can probably find it on Amazon, usually like 35 or 40% off. It is a beautiful book. It's a hardcover, beautiful book. He did a stunning job. And he's a very, very, very nice guy. Very talented photographer. I love it.
And what's it called?
It's called Work. Just Work. It's called Bon Jovi Work by David Bergman.
Work
Let's go
by
see
Bergman.
let's go see what it costs on Amazon, because they probably have a pretty good deal. Let's call it David Bergman. Let's see, Bergman, Work. See if he's got Bon Jovi. Well, that didn't work. Did I spell something wrong? Did I spell Bergman wrong? Nope. Did I spell Bon Jovi wrong? No. Well, we'll just do Bon Jovi. How's that? Bon Jovi. There it is. It's a different cover than the one. This must be the stunt cover. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This can't be right. Now this shows it. Maybe they've sold out, and now, because sometimes when this is like a special format. This is a collectible for $250. Yeah, so this is not actually sold by them. Let me go find it. I can find it someplace else. Yeah, because here's one for $18. So that's the paperback version. Let me find the special edition. That's why I don't recognize the cover. It is a special edition. Is $250. But give me a second to find it here.
And David takes it to your house.
David comes to your house and.
And
what's
John
weird
Bon
is
Jovi
he sings "Wanted Dead or Alive" at your house. Let's see, Bon Jovi book, David. All right, I'll find it here for you, and we'll find a better price. Oh, you can buy it from David at his site.
For $250? No.
No, don't say that. It is $59, but it says it's available on Amazon. Let's click the Amazon button.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Currently unavailable. Oh, are you kidding? So it's out of stock. Great. Stinking book. Don't buy this book for anyone
No,
unless
just
you're loose
hum
with
the
money.
music.
Just hum the music. Really, it's just, man. I mean, some of the shots in here. Look at this. I'm going to show you a shot from the book. Here, let me just see if I can make it. Oh, it's not much bigger, is it? It says click for expanded view, but I'm telling you, some of the shots he has in here are just amazing.
You know, when stuff like that is currently unavailable on Amazon, I'll just put it on my list, and then it'll show back up.
Oh, it'll tell you, hey,
Yeah.
this isn't in. Look, he's in Sydney, Australia.
So even
Bon
though
Jovi gets around.
even though it's currently unavailable, just add it to your wish list. And
Well, I kind of messed that up, didn't I, Larry?
that's okay.
Well, you know what? We're out of time anyway.
Oh,
All right.
I got to do one more.
No, you go.
Okay, so Archon mounts, they make all kinds of mounts. I've been into stores and bought, mounts for my cell phone or mounts for cameras and mounts for all kinds of different things. And they just make tons and tons of mounts.
What are
They
the
make-
mounts for? Like, what are you mounting?
Well, like my cell phone has a little metal plate on the back, and it's a magnet mount. Every time I get in my car, I just set it there. and
Oh,
it's a
okay,
magnet
okay,
mount.
all right.
So they make tons of those kinds of mounts. But what's cool is starting today, the 16th, they actually are doing a discount, and I get nothing for this. I get
He
absolutely
gets a ton of money.
I get nothing. I get no money. I get no kickbacks. I get no gear.
a huge kickback.
But if you go to archon.com, you see all their different kinds of mounts for cameras and
Oh, there we go. You can-
clamps and stuff we've had around the studio around here. So just all kinds of stuff. And if you're thinking about getting any kind of mount, they're a really good brand, a very good price. But my Twitter handle is Becker, B-I-Z, BeckerBiz. And if you use that, that's a discount code for 20% off starting today, the 16th, through the end of the year. So
So how much you get off this?
I get nothing. I promise.
What's your kicker on the back end?
I get nothing.
What's your percentage?
Not a darn thing.
Come on. I love having Larry on this show.
Nothing. I get nothing back.
All right. Well, give us a couple more. We got to go. We got like a minute.
A couple really quick things. If you're gonna buy a camera and a crop sensor DSLR,
Yeah.
and you could start with anything at all, Nikon, Canon, whatever. My favorite crop sensor DSLR is the 80D from Canon. Love that camera.
Hey, you have a class on that, by the way.
With the it's such a brilliant camera. The 18 to 135 lens, the new one. There's even an adapter for that clips onto the lens. That's a motorized zoom
For video?
for video. Yeah, and it's a great camera. It's a great camera for video. It's a great camera for unmanned video. You can walk in front of it, and it'll focus on your face and set the lighting and do everything just automatically. It's a very cool camera.
It's got a touch screen.
It does.
Can I tell you something? Just in that particular camera, the 80D, I think like value for the money, that is probably the best camera out there for the money, because it is an excellent camera designed to do video.
Yeah.
An excellent camera designed to do stills. It's got a touch screen. It does focusing on screen. It's just an amazing camera for the price. That $15.99 is with, and yeah, it has an articulating screen.
Yep.
That's with their brand new 18 to 135 lens, which is designed for video and has that special.
Super silent, super fast focus.
Yeah, dude, that's a great deal.
Yeah, and it's just a phenomenal camera. Full frame camera, my favorite is your
5D Mark IV.
Yeah, 5D4.
Gotta be.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, the 5D Mark IV. I mean, it's so funny because I was talking to people and they're like, I have a 5D Mark II or a Mark III. Is it really that much better? What's better about it? And I made a joke. Everything.
Absolutely.
Everything. It's more frames per second. It's more megapixels. It's got built-in Wi-Fi. It's got built-in GPS. I could go on and on and on, name all the stuff it's got. You know what it's got? It makes better pictures.
It does.
It makes better. The sensor is better. It's better in low light. The autofocus it shares the same autofocus as like the big daddy, the 1DX. It's the 1DX Mark II, I believe.
Yeah.
It is really an absolute and touchscreen.
Full feature touchscreen. It does menu
Yeah, it does
navigation,
everything. You can swipe through your photos. You can zoom to
Yeah.
pinch. It's the real deal.
Yeah.
All right, give me one more. We're gonna blast out of here.
Okay, so
Hey, wait! Before you do,
Yeah.
I want to tell people where to go for the contest.
Oh yeah.
Larry, you are not going to believe this, but it's taken us maybe 6 years. We finally have a shorter address to enter the contest. We used to have the worst address, but now we've got the best one. You can go to kelby1.com/contest.
Who thought of that?
I don't know.
They should get a raise.
Anyway, go to kelby1.com/contest and there it is. There's a little prize there. Just put your name and all that stuff, and you will be in to win. Two lucky people are going to win a Platypod Pro.
Cool.
There, I said it. All right, so that's coming up. What else? I just want to mention I only have one stop left on my entire tour that I'm working on. I'm wrapping up my Shoot Like a Pro tour, and the last city that I'm in is, I can't remember, but it's someplace awesome.
Travel like a pro.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's what you're doing.
Arlington, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys, on December 14th. Right? Wow. What am I doing in December? I'll tell you what I'm doing. Going to Arlington, Texas. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dinner with Scott King.
Are you really?
Yeah, Scott King's coming. He's going to take us to dinner. Last time we were in Texas, Scott took us to a barbecue place at a gas station. It was really nice.
Okay.
It was actually really good, though. In Scott's defense, it was. I don't go to a gas station lightly for barbecue.
It was the best gas station barbecue you've ever had.
But can I tell you something? If I'm going to a gas station, I don't like to get my barbecue at gas stations, but if I do, I want to do it with Scott King in Houston or Dallas, wherever we were. Arlington is actually it's where the Cowboys play,
right.
So it's kind of between Dallas and Fort Worth. But it's a nice little town. Six Flags is right there. Some really good steakhouses. I'm looking forward to it. Larry?
Yes, sir.
Larry TV, Larry Bit. What's your website?
LarryBecker.tv.
LarryBecker.tv. All right. And you're helping like photographers and people getting into video and stuff.
Yeah, just the starter
learn how to
stuff.
broadcast.
What I'm not doing is film school, because it seems like that's what's out there, is either learn how to take still pictures or learn how to do the full-blown video.
Yeah, how to be a
film
filmmaker.
School. Yeah, and all the camera angles and the nuanced stuff. And there's a lot of need for people to do stuff that looks like professional video, but maybe do it in-house and not be the high-end pro videographer and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm helping people do.
That's what he helps people do.
Yeah.
And that's LarryBecker.tv. Larry, thank you, as always. I love all your picks.
I love talking about
You know what
this
else,
gear.
too? Every time you come on, I learn about new stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're like on top of this stuff.
Well, cool.
You got a long list there. We could have gone. This show could have gone for 4.5 minutes. You want to do that?
Yeah, can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so my last one, I just want to sneak this in because I love this lens. It is a super giant. It looks like a bazooka. The people at Tamron have done a great job with this lens. It's a 150-600. This is the second generation. I got the first generation when it had just come out. I like this because they've got the plate that's on that foot is actually built in. It's an Arca Swiss built in, that plate. But the lens itself is phenomenal for what you can do with it. It's a full frame lens, so you can put it on any camera, full frame or crop sensor. They make a mount for Nikon, a mount for Canon, and right now, as of today, there's pre-order for the Sony version, but there's a Sony version coming out. $1,400 for a 150-600.
And it's f5 to f6.3 variable
right. And
aperture?
And up to f40.
F40?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Not that everybody's going to ever use
I've never been past f32. I didn't know f40 even existed.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a made-up aperture.
I think it is.
Probably is.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and Tamron is doing some pretty darn cool things with their.
Anything else left? No, that's all my stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and we got all this other stuff around here. We got like hood loops and stuff like that.
All right,
yeah,
Larry.
Okay, we got to wrap it up.
No,
Sorry.
you can do one more quick. You brought stuff in.
Okay, so this.
Oh, I love this.
Ever since I very first saw this, I had to have one, and this is like my second or third one. I've got several. You got to have a hood loop. When you're out shooting, you got to have a hood loop, and you just put this over your the back of your camera, and you can look at your images, and you're not affected by sunshine or light or anything like that. You just put it on the back of your camera like this and look at the back of your camera. And they make all kinds of gear to add to this. And if you're a filmmaker, there's a kit that goes that attaches this, and so it stays on there all the time.
You know, Larry, I used that 155 times at the Dolphins game a couple weeks ago. When you're outside, it is so hard to see your thing. But can I tell you something? This is what I have one, because I was going to show this too. I have one right here. Can I tell you something that's interesting? And maybe just because, and this may be really obvious to everybody but me, So you put your eye up to it and you pull your camera. Can I see your camera?
Yeah.
Can I check? All right. So it's like this. That's pretty handy. So you take this and you put it here, and when you look in there, it makes it like night. It's so crisp and so clear.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about this, and I guess this is the way it's designed, you can't actually do that by looking at your camera without this.
No, it's got a whole diopter and everything.
Yeah, but if you try to look at your camera like this, like I've tried it, it's like this doesn't. I can't see things this close. You put this, and you're like, oh, great. So
Yeah, and other photographers love that kind of stuff.
yeah, it is an awesome. It's an awesome gift. This one, did you mention it's collapsible?
No, I didn't mention that. It's
Oh, yeah.
collapsible.
It's collapsible. Well, for original ones were not. They were just a form piece of practice. But also very, very nice people. The people at Hoodman are very, very good people. They stand behind their products. They make great stuff. They make memory cards and all kinds of stuff. They're
Yeah, I love this stuff.
good folks. All right, now we're gonna say goodbye.
Oh, contest. So.
Oh no, I gave the contest.
Yeah, I know, but say it again because people really want to win the
It's
Platypod.
kelby1.com/contest. We're giving away a couple of Platypods. Hope you win. Drop it in there, and we will contact you directly. And there was one other thing I wanted to mention. Oh, hey, so we're gonna take it out, and then we're gonna play some commercials of some new classes. So we have a lot of new classes on every Thursday on Kelby One. We release new classes. So if you're not a Kelby One member, you can go and take the free trial. Look around. Do you know why we're always talking about the free trial?
Why?
Because we know that if people get in and watch a few classes, they'll fall in love.
Yeah.
So that's why we're always like, take the free trial, take the free trial. You know why? People go in there like, there's like 600 classes, there's learning tracks, there's all this cool stuff. And
Well, and structure too. It just leads you through the whole process.
we do, and we got two things coming up that we're in beta test now. So we're beta testing internally. Then we're going to go out to some of our members and ask them to test it in, I think, the next couple of weeks.
Can I test?
Oh yeah, you can test it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when it's good and we know it's working because it's got to work. It's working in internal test, but we got to get people testing. When we release it, it's going to be amazing. It is going to be an educational boon, I think, is what it's going to be. A boon? I don't know what the word for it is, but it's going to be really cool. We have two really good things. I think people will be very community and learning, and it's going to be good. So those are coming up. I'll tell you about them off the air. But anyway, go to kelby1.com, take the free trial. We'll watch a couple of classes. You'll fall in love, and then we'll all be together in love. Larry, a few weeks ago was the election, and I'd like to take a few minutes and talk about the election.
Oh, would you please? I vote no.
No, me too. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to our new sponsor, Platypod Pro, who gave us some awesome things to give away. We will see you guys on Cyber Monday because we won't be here on Wednesday. Yeah. See you on Cyber Monday. Thanks to everybody watching. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks for having me.
That's Larry right there.